Okay, I wanted to show you this doll one more time. And I talked about gluing her head down with Elmer's glue. And really, just Elmer's glue. This is what we're using, the extra strong formula, multi-purpose Elmer's glue. And a paintbrush. And I really just reached down in there, dipped it in, got a lot of it on there, and coated this well. What happens is with the moisture, you know, these chips, they're brittle and hard and crunchy. And so I really just coat this area good. And then these soften up, and then they'll, once it's sit there for a minute, they'll lay down, and I can push these little chips into place. Okay, why Elmer's glue? Well, because it is water soluble. I'm not going to be doing something to this doll that can't be easily undone. See how I'm able to push these chips down and into place? Okay. All right. So that'll be the first step. Just getting that down. And then I coated the rest where it was trying to flake up. So what's going to happen is it's not. It's not going to flake up. Once this gets glued down, then we can use a little bit of filler. And we can use either wood putty or something that's made specifically for dolls to fill in. And we'll just gently fill in those areas so that it evens out the surface. And then I will attempt to just touch up the color of the head a little bit. Probably just use a dry brushing technique like I've used before. Let me pause this and I'll take you and show you where I have done a repair using a paintbrush. Crash! That doll just fell over on the bed. Okay, this little guy, and I didn't do a lot of fill in because the main thing for me was, you see I patched it a little bit there, that no more damage was created, and that the repair that I did was using only materials that were easily sandable and water soluble. Now you can see I just variegated that color a little bit. Okay. To get her to set back up. She fell over. When I took her baby away, she got sad and dived over. All right. Your hat, Missy. You can have your baby back. Here we go. All right, the reason that it's shiny, I got some of the glossy Podge. Why can't my mouth say that word? Anyway, I coated it over with that to give it a little bit of gloss. I could have just left it, and it was a little too dull for my liking. Like I said again, it's one of those things that water soluble, it can easily be undone, as opposed to using an oil paint. Now I could dull that back up easily enough just by rubbing it with something a little rough, but not too rough, and take a little of that shine off. Let me pause and walk over here and show you this other one. Okay, I didn't take his bonnet off, and he has a repair. Let me undo the bonnet now. His whole face, and if I can get it at the right angle, you can see there's quite a few cracks. I used a little bit of craze control, and I touched up some spots that were completely devoid of paint. And he was in really rough condition. All right. Hopefully you can see. There was almost no color on his little head at all. the whole entire center was cracked. And I could have sanded that down a little bit more evenly. And I still can. It's really not something that I can't go back and do. But there you go. That's what you can do with a brush. The more practice you have, the better, of course, it turns out. And hopefully I get better at it. All right, let me go back in here to this little guy. Oh, I might mention again, you can see that this one has a shine to the face, and that again is the Mod Podge, the glossy Mod Podge. And basically I did that to keep it from being too dull and to seal what work I had done so that it wouldn't just really easily rub off, okay? Because from here, it looks bloody fantastic, all right? And I just like this particular baby quite well. I know he could be completely restored. There's some people doing some fantastic work. But I wanted him to look good until I can get to him. All right. Babies are everywhere. Babies. All right, let me pause this. We'll go back into the other baby. Okay, when this dries sufficiently, and I'll just keep coming along and pressing these down as this glue gets tackier. And it will get these little chips laid down there quite nicely. And then when it dries well, I'll put a little bit of filler in there. And I will try to give it a nice, reasonable texture. I only care that I'm creating the illusion. I mean, you look at that, and then you look at the baby I just showed you. Okay, it's not hard to decide which one is preferable. The big, ugly, cracked egg look, or a little bit of a repair that's a little too high. Yeah, I think I prefer this. So that's what I'll do. I will let that dry some more. I will fill that in with a little bit of filler. At that same time, I will do the craze control on this large crack right here. Just a little more improvement. I haven't decided if I want to touch up the eye or not. I'm still debating. Really just happy to have such a rare little doll. All right, thank you for watching. Your input, as always, welcome and appreciated. I've learned so much from great commenters and hope to hear some more. Thank you.